Republican Governor Chris Christie is now speaking to the Republican National Convention in Cleveland. I'm Larry Menti. Welcome to a special primetime edition of Jersey Matters. In a minute, we'll ask the delegation how he did.
So let's ask the question. Hillary Clinton, as a coddler of the brutal Castro brothers and betrayer of the family of fallen state trooper Werner Foster and his family, is she guilty or not guilty?
How did he do?
I thought he was awesome.
Ladies and
I'm
gentlemen,
biased, but he was
please
great.
welcome Tiffany.
Got so fired up.
It was quite a prosecution. He sounds like an attorney general.
Well, you know, he was the U.S. attorney in New Jersey, so he's done it before.
Chris Christie, how do you do?
Oh, very good, very solid, very effective. Showed why he was a good prosecutor.
Yeah, he'd make a good attorney general?
Yeah, listen, my understanding is he'd certainly be considered. He'd be a great one, yeah.
What did you think?
I think the governor always hits it out of the park. Every time I've heard him speak, he's always said something that made everybody rise, everybody have a great time.
Millions in revenue.
You think it might make Donald Trump second guess his decision for vice president?
You know my feeling about the governor. I think he's absolutely terrific, but it's a good package that Donald Trump has put together with Pence. I think it'll work throughout the whole country. If you asked me who I would like to always see, it was always be seeing Chris Christie as our vice president. That would have always made me happy. But I think Donald Trump did put together a good package, and I'm sure the governor will have an important place in the administration.
He did them both well tonight. You'd have to agree with that.
Absolutely. I think he did it very, very well tonight.
How did he do?
Well, listen, I've heard the governor speak many times. I tell you, he knocked it out of the park. I mean, anytime you get the crowd involved, I mean, obviously he wrote his speech to get the crowd involved. I think it's a perfect blueprint when you look at Hillary Clinton's foreign policy, and that's clearly something she wants to emphasize. But he just smacked it. I was kind of giddy about it. He was very good.
You think it's the last time we'll hear that speech?
I think you're going to see that on the road many times. Lock her up, guilty. That's the opening salvo. You're going to see it throughout the campaign.
Just want to get a quick review of Chris Christie.
First and foremost, a very courageous man. You got to remember, he was one of the first who came out and backed Donald Trump during the primary. A courageous and loyal individual when it came to backing Donald Trump.
And how about what he did tonight?
Oh, this was outstanding. This is one of the best speeches I've heard throughout the entire campaign. He laid out in detail fact after fact after fact on why Hillary Clinton should not be elected and why Donald Trump should be elected. And he laid it out in detail where everyone could understand it. Everybody could understand it, and they did understand it. Excellent speech.
And as always, it seems the crowd always reacts to Chris Christie.
Because he's saying it from the heart. He's a very sincere guy. And when you say something from the heart, people could connect to you, and that's how they're going to react.
I thought it was vintage Christie. I mean, he was right on. He got the crowd roused up. He scored really good points. I think he was fantastic tonight.
What did you think?
He engaged the audience, and keep this in mind. If people don't hear you, they can't make a decision. He engaged the audience, so now they're in a position to make a decision. Many speakers speak, but maybe they're not heard. He was heard, and now people have a choice.
And he seemed to get a crowd reaction, that's for sure.
This guy is the best messenger I have ever seen. Probably one of the greatest communicators in the history of America.
So as you would expect, Chris Christie got rave reviews from the Jersey delegation, because after all, he's from Jersey. How did Chris Christie feel he did? Our Kimberly Kravitz caught up with him.
Thank you, Larry. It's night 2 at the Republican National Convention here in Cleveland. Governor Chris Christie of New Jersey just delivered his speech. I got to speak with him afterward. Let's hear what he had to say. If you become Attorney General for President Donald Trump, will you prosecute Hillary?
I didn't hear you at all.
Was it because
Oh, I have no idea. Excuse me. Do you see that I'm answering her question? I know you're really aggressive. You think that's going to work. It doesn't work with me. Ask Michael. It doesn't work. So I'm not going to talk to you. Okay?
In the event that you would be Attorney General under Trump, would you prosecute Hillary?
I have no idea. Listen, we've got to win an election first. And any responsible prosecutor, which I was for 7 years, would never guarantee anything about a case. You let the facts lead you to your conclusions, not the other way around.
But if you were to summarize what qualifies Donald Trump as this person who is a novice, who's never run for public office, not a general, completely unprecedented in the history of a major party to become a nominee, what would you say qualifies him to be president of the United States?
That prelude shows you're obviously not on the payroll. Listen, what qualifies him is he's a strong, tough executive. He's decisive. He's unafraid. He's a good, decent, genuine man who will listen to the American people and will tell them what they need to hear.
When we come back for our special primetime coverage of the Republican National Convention, brand new numbers are out that show Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump in a virtual tie. The head of the Polling Institute at Monmouth University has those numbers when this special edition of Jersey Matters continues from Cleveland.